Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to Aurora Farms. Today marks the harvest and end of my cheap sweet corn patch that we produced here on the farm using old equipment. I have always wanted to have a sweet corn patch on the back 40 acres here on the farm. Regular farm equipment is too big to get in the area that I wanted to plant this patch in, and also busy planting regular field corn during the spring. So I set out on a journey to find cheap, old equipment to make this sweet corn patch dream a reality. We had no idea what we were getting ourselves into when we started out on this journey. I think you're gonna wanna stick around for this. We started out this journey on the hunt for a cheap, reliable old tractor. Grant and I have been on the hunt for an old tractor. We've been restoring some old equipment, and so many people have been very kind, sent us articles, links to tractors all over the United States, and there were lots of good contenders. Old tractors are much more expensive than I originally thought, but we have found one that I think is going to be perfect. It's relatively close to us, it's in our price range. It doesn't check all of the boxes, but I think it's going to be a good tractor to start off with. So I'm trying not to get my hopes up too high, but it's me, Grant, and Gage is back there too. We are on our way to at least look at this thing, but we did hook a trailer up, so it might be coming home with us. Here it is.
Oh man.
I'm seeing plywood in the door on the cab. The tractor definitely didn't need to have a cab for me to be interested in it, but it's not a downside necessarily. It's got a loader on it, but I don't think there's buckets. I think they were using this mainly for hay bales. Do you see anything leaking out of it? What's that?
That looks like hydraulic.
That looks like something, some kind of leaky. Oh boy. Okay. Let's get in this thing. Oh, there's a buddy seat in here. That's kind of a plus. This door's ratchet strapped shut. We've got very easy access to the hydraulics here.
Okay, it runs.
And first test drive by Grant. Oh, come on, Grant. Don't kill it!
This thing's a piece of work. This is the first time I've driven a transmission like this, so I think we're doing pretty good. Oh, I killed it.
After bringing the gas John Deere 4020 home, we set to work on it. If you know anything about these tractors, it is that this loader did not come on it, and neither did this cab. And actually he was talking about how one, it's going to be a little bit more difficult to access the sides and the underneath parts and work on this thing properly. But also he was saying this cab can really give you a false sense of security because first off, it's kind of fallen apart already. But these doors don't really latch, and it is so loud in here with this cab on. So we're going to get this taken off and we'll see how it looks. This tractor came from a farm that had some cattle. They used this tractor to move bales around. So we have some net wrap to cut out from these axles. And then we obviously need to get this thing nice and washed up. So this yellow frame down here that the battery is sitting on is attached to the loader, and it comes up here on this step. Luckily, this part of the cab is not welded on to the frame of the loader. So in theory, this cab should just lift right off. The idea is that we have these chain hoists in the shop, and there's a few bolts that we need to remove, but then should just be able to pick it up and lift it off. Hopefully it goes as smoothly as that.
Thing should be ready for takeoff.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, right?
Yep.
So we go nice and slow.
You gotta wait until it gets there. You can take it down. Hey!
Here we go.
There we go.
Just wiggle it back. Okay, want to come to the right a little bit. Ooh, pull it back. Hey!
Look at that.
Okay, that's good.
My new deer stand.
Wow, it looks like a totally different tractor. What do you
Thumbnail.
guys think? Team no cab, right? Oh yeah.
How easy is that to get into now?
I was just about to say it's so much easier to get into. When we took the cab off, someone was nice enough to have already installed little hooks on the top. So it made threading a chain through and getting it off really easily. So now we are just going to use those chains and hold the loader up while we pull it off.
There we go.
Look at it!
It's so clean looking now.
After removing the leaky cab, taking off the broken loader, and fixing a bent rocker arm, we serviced the 4020 and then set out to find some implements for it.
We got more bad news, Laura.
This thing is garbage.
I mean, I can see that, but tell me exactly what you're referencing.
Well, so the hydraulic hoses.
John. The main cylinder's not even hooked up.
The cylinder's not hooked up, it's just chained, which is good because the hydraulics are not going to.
Great.
Ooh,
What happened?
can we push it down? Yeah.
Run me through your thinking when you purchased this.
Okay, so I want to get a little, like I said, I was going to buy a little tractor, and we were going to farm like the old days. A little tractor like that over there. And I thought this would be a great way to start farming. We need a little disc for seedbed prep. And I was like, oh, perfect little disc right here.
After buying cheap implements, we looked around and decided that the Gas 4020 definitely had a place on the farm, but didn't necessarily have enough guts to actually complete some of the jobs that we wanted it to. So we set out on another hunt. We actually found a farm auction due to a bank foreclosure and found this diesel John Deere 4020. And we knew as soon as we saw it that we had to give it a new home and a new lease on life. There was a dairy farm in Minnesota that the bank foreclosed upon. They couldn't pay their bills, they went under, which is just really tragic. So the bank repossessed this tractor, which had worked its whole life on that farm, and put it up for auction. Now, if you know anything about old tractors, they're a pretty sought after item. So there was a lot of people bidding on this, but I just knew that this tractor had to find its final home here on my farm. So we bid it up and got this tractor and took it home. So it can retire in peace and live out its days working little pieces of ground. Old tractors like this deserve all of the love and respect. And I have to say, it makes a pretty good pairing for the Gas 4020. It's a match made in heaven. Really, the one thing that we had to do to this disc, the hydraulic cylinder was in pretty good shape, but the hoses were absolutely shot. So we put new hoses on, got new fittings, and look at that. We used it, raised and lowered several times, no leaks. So that is all good to go. The other thing was we had some flat tires, but we just kind of deleted them and that fixed it. So this disc is ready to work. Now that we had the equipment that we needed to actually start, step one for this sweet corn patch was to use the 4020 and an old disc to actually disc up a portion of ground on the back 40. What you see behind me is the result of a full day of disking using the 40-20. We took this little bit of land from the grass that you see on the right to this beautiful planting bed that you see on the left. We disked all day, got it to look like this, got a rain on it, so we've got a good moisture profile down there. We're gonna go over it with the disc one last time before we finally get to plant our sweet corn. The diesel 40-20 and the disc did a great job prepping the ground, but now we actually needed to plant our sweet corn. So we went back to where we're getting everything from this project, which was a patch of weeds, and found this planter, hooked it up to the gas 40-20 and brought it home to actually plant our sweet corn patch. This whole project, you'll find out as you continue watching, is really a team effort between the two 40-20 tractors. Good thing it's only gravel on the way home. Got the tractor and planter out here. It's lined up with the flags. The 3-point isn't super strong, meaning we just shut the tractor off and it's already settling. So that's definitely something we're gonna have to watch out for. But there's not a lot of technology on this. It's all chain driven. So we just put it down on the ground and things start turning and the seeds start planting. Rock, paper, scissors for who gets to actually plant.
You got it. You got it. Just put the little silver thing on the white flag and you'll be good to go.
All right.
Check as you go.
Let's plant.
Set it down and drive.
This went so well. Our sweet corn is in the ground and now we just water it and we wait. This is where the element of patience really comes in. With a little water and a lot of faith, our sweet corn plants actually began to pop up in straight rows and grow. Unfortunately, the weeds also started to grow. And so in looking for a solution to this problem, we went, and I'm gonna give you a little bit to guess, back to the tree line, back to a big weed patch to find the solution to our weed problem. The sweet corn is getting tall, and so are the weeds, so we need to get this done as soon as possible.
Is this what we're looking for?
I think this is the one right here. Let's see if the tractor can pick this thing up.
You still excited about this thing?
Yeah, are you kidding me?
We get to cultivate corn.
I'm excited. I don't know about you guys. Watch out. I think this telehandler has a bit more lifting power than the tractor this morning. All in all, our sweet corn patch is turning out pretty nice. We got a nice even stand, as you can see here. Planter did a really nice job. The only problem we're having now is these little guys here, weeds that are coming up. And this is gonna take a lot of nutrients away from our plants. Do not want that. I want all of the sunlight and water and nutrients in the soil to be going to my sweet corn right here. So I'm gonna take the cultivator just right along here. It's going to dig out all of these weeds and then throw just a little bit of a ridge up here at the base of the corn plant. So we are really truthfully taking it back to the old days with this, and I have to say I'm a little bit nervous. I've cultivated a lot of acres in my life, but the only cultivating I've really ever done is in a nice big tractor with air conditioned cab, and most importantly, auto steer. This tractor does not have auto steer. And that's because we are just trying to farm just like they did in the old days. I want to get the real full experience. I cannot imagine doing a full day of that. Things are really looking up for our sweet corn patch. Things are growing nicely, but things get even better. And a little bit of a bonus, we actually had an ag drone come out and visit the farm, and they were doing stuff on our field corn, but I convinced them to make a pass over our sweet corn patch and just really give it a little bit of a boost. Something that our patch is missing is the ability to be fertilized. So I've got a little bit of granulated fertilizer here. And honestly, our patch is small enough I could probably spread this by hand, but it's gonna be so uneven and take me a while, and it's just not gonna be very precise.
That's almost comical.
Now that we have access to this drone and its dry tank, we have filled it with fertilizer, and now we get to fertilize our sweet corn patch. Since we planted our sweet corn with the old tractors, not the ones that have GPS and mapping and all of that, I'm going to draw a boundary of where we planted our sweet corn, and then the drone will just fly right out there, spread our fertilizer, and come right back. We've got such a nice sweet corn patch. This drone is going to work perfectly, I think. Should we check out an ear, see how it's doing? Looks like some of these top ears didn't get fertilized all the way. These ones are still developing. This bottom part looks really great. Let's give it a taste test. Oh, that's good. I can hear it coming. That was insane. 3 minutes, got my whole sweet corn patch fertilized. After this, the sweet corn was looking so good, and I think the drone really aided in that. But the corn started looking so good that I started to wonder and become concerned that little furry creatures and animals would get to enjoy the sweet corn before we actually got any. A couple weeks ago, I made a small furry friend. And then I realized that that small furry friend was actually my enemy and has started eating into my sweet corn crop. And today, I'm going to fix that problem. You're a good furry friend. You wouldn't eat my sweet corn, would you, Pepper? I didn't think so. Went to the store, grabbed some supplies. It's time to set up my defenses. Little rodents like to get in here and steal and eat our sweet corn. It makes a nice yummy treat for them. But I planted this for us, and I want to keep this for human consumption, not animal consumption. On the bright side, I think our crop is just about ready. Doesn't that look delicious? First step is going to be using these big T-posts right here. These are going to be our corner posts, and we're going to put one in at each corner of the patch. That's going to be kind of our anchors for the whole operation. This is what is actually going to be providing the electric current through our wire. Just got to put a battery down there. What are the odds that this battery actually stays out here, Gage, and Grant doesn't come rob it for something else?
Slim.
I say slim to none.
Pretty slim.
There's no way he lets a perfectly good battery just sit out here on a fence. First round, we have walked all the way around a sweet corn patch. It is officially way bigger than I imagined.
That's a lot of sweet corn.
There's so much sweet corn. We got a lot of area to protect here. We're gonna set our post right about here. It's even. Push it in, grab the hammer, go down a few taps to about right there. And then we're just going to look, and we're going to adjust this so it's even with the rest of our posts and tighten it down. That's all it takes. And then once we're done setting all of these posts, we're gonna go through and stretch our wire so all of it comes up off the ground. It is looking very nice.
Pretty good.
Super tight. Woo! I like it. No raccoons, no deer. Keeping them all out. All right. We got 2 lines of wire strung around the entire thing with probably about 40 fence posts around it. And I think we're done. We're going to cut a few loose wires, then we're going to be able to hook the fence up to the battery and test it out. All right, you're ready to connect them?
Ready to connect them.
Should I be scared?
No.
When was the last time you touched an electric fence?
It's been a while.
I think it's been a while for me too. Like, I can't remember.
Oh,
Oh, did you
No.
get it?
Yeah, I
wait,
got
is it on or is it not?
it's on.
You grabbed it. You're supposed to just like touch it.
It's on.
Oh
Your
my.
turn, Laura.
Oh,
It's not bad.
it's not terrible?
It's not bad.
Okay. Oh, I'm scared.
It's not bad.
Are you sure? Oh, I'm nervous. Why am I doing this?
Let's grab it.
Oh my goodness! Oh!
It's not
You
that
can,
bad.
No, you can like feel it in your toes.
You gotta grab the bottom one now too.
No, I'm good. I got it. Yep, I think that's gonna keep raccoons and deer out. Oh my goodness. We went out to the back 40 every single day, especially towards the end there, to try it out because I wanted to catch it the day that the sweet corn was ready. And one day it finally was. Now, we planted a pretty considerable size patch, and I knew that there was no way we would ever be able to eat or put up all of that sweet corn ourselves, even with sharing with all of our friends and family. So we came up with a plan.
What do you think, Pepper?
Should we give away all our corn for free, Pep? What better way to pick the sweet corn than by using the tractor that helped us in the first place? How many ears of corn do you think it's gonna take to fill this bucket up? A couple hundred?
I don't know.
Do you think we can give away a couple hundred ears of corn?
Oh, definitely.
Do you think we've got to have well over 1,000 ears out there, don't you think?
Yeah, we planted quite a bit.
Oh my goodness. Okay, let's see how long it takes us to fill this bucket up.
Well, we already got 4 in
We
there,
already
so
got 4.
we're at a head
We're
start.
well on our way.
We turned the fence off, right?
I don't know, great.
Should we see if it's off?
Oh.
We're good.
I think we're good. I can't wait to see all the people that we're gonna give this out to. I hope they enjoy it as much as we enjoyed growing this. Man, it's fun to be actually harvesting the fruits, should I say vegetables, of your labor.
Is corn a vegetable?
I think it's a vegetable.
I don't know. What is it?
I'm like 90% sure it's a vegetable.
It could be is it a fruit? I mean, it's seeds.
I'm pretty sure it's a vegetable. Should we see how full the bucket is getting? Oh no.
It's probably a quarter of the way full. We need to tip the bucket up.
I think our hydraulics are losing pressure.
All that sweet corn's so heavy.
It's getting heavy. I'm thinking before we give this stuff away for free, we need to give the product a little taste test and see what exactly our customers are going to be getting. I can't get over how good the ears actually look on the inside. Isn't that beautiful?
Picture perfect
All
corn.
right, now time for the taste test. Oh my word.
That's a pretty full bucket. Well, should we take this load into town?
I think it's time. Let's go give it away. We got our spot all reserved and we're setting up. Doing a bit of a construction project out here. We picked a nice main road. We're giving it all away for free.
Yeah.
That is perfect. All right, come and get it.
Gage is gonna twirl signs. It's in his job
A
description.
sign twirler?
Yeah.
You're just gonna twirl signs?
All right, don't get
Can you twirl a sign?
I don't know. We'll see.
We're gonna see.
This is your
What
sign
sign?
twirling debut? Here we
How am I
go.
supposed to
Oh
turn?
yeah. Clearly that
Yeah.
cardboard's been used for something.
There we go.
I wonder what.
There we go.
Free sweet corn. Get your free sweet corn here.
Yeah.
Hey, that's good.
All right, Gage, twirl it.
All right, Grant, give me a twirl. Hey! No.
Almost.
That went so much better than I was expecting. I thought we'd be out here for hours. We've been out here for maybe 30 minutes and it's all gone. All we have left is some scraps and leaves of people who actually shucked the corn before they took it. I would call that a massive success. And I think we might have to do this again, make this a tradition. It was awesome. After we gave the bulk of our sweet corn crop away, the sweet corn patch actually sat abandoned for a while as the on-farm tasks of harvesting our actual field corn started to take priority. So we finished out that season and things were looking pretty lonely on the back 40 until we found another abandoned piece of equipment to bring to life, and that brought us back out to the sweet corn patch. We are back at the sweet corn patch, the one that we planted so many months ago, and it's not looking so hot right now. We debated some ideas about what we should do with this because winter is coming, and it felt kind of sad just leaving it all out here like this. So we could disc it under, we could mow it over, but our thought was, since we're in harvest mode right now, and our corn is actually dried on the stalk here, while it doesn't look that good to eat, I thought we might be able to harvest it. It's dry, just like an ear of field corn. The kernels just look a lot different. So we have the old combine out here, and we are going to harvest this sweet corn patch. You ready? Now, while we did give a lot of our sweet corn crop away for free, which was super fun, and eat a bunch of it for ourselves, there was so much crop out here, we weren't able to pick it all in time. So there's actually still a decent crop out here. Our plan is, once we've harvested it, to either see if we can plant it again next year, or maybe grind it up for flour and make some cornbread. We planted 2 passes with a 6-row planter, and our John Deere 6600 actually has a 6-row corn head on it. So everything should match up just about perfectly. Something's definitely working. I don't know how well, but it is working. Okay, after our first pass through the field, let's check out what we have in the combine. Oh my goodness,
It's not much.
there's actually corn in there.
You can quickly see the actual field corn in here because there's a little bit left in the combine. But I'm so impressed with this old combine that it's actually able to separate all this from all the trash. So for example, there is a field corn seed. You can see it right there. And here's a sweet corn seed. So when we plant this stuff, put it in the planter, this is what that seed looks like. It just dries down so much. That's really, really cool.
We were able to give so much of this sweet corn away. And then when we took down the fence, I was hoping that the raccoons would have a nice meal and the deer. But I'm so happy that we're actually able to harvest some of this. And there you go, folks. From a grass patch to being disked up, to being planted, to being cultivated, to being picked, and now to being harvested. That is all we wrote for the 2024 Laura Farm Sweet Corn Patch. I would say that is a smashing success.
That is also a wrap for our old equipment for the year. We've bought 2 4020s, a fleet of old implements for extremely cheap to use behind them to plant the sweet corn patch, and finally this combine and all of its necessary parts. And we've used them all, we've fixed them all, we broke them all, fixed them again, and we've had a lot of fun. Thanks for coming along.
All right, just to give you guys a little frame of reference, Grant is holding a field corn ear. This is what our farm plants and grows for profit every single year and sells. And this is a sweet corn ear right here. So from far away, they look kind of similar actually in size and in color, but when you get up close, you can really tell a difference. This looks like a piece of sweet corn sat out on the counter for a little too long. There is actually a little bit of mold up on top. But you can see there is a couple places where a piece of field corn actually pollinated, and that kernel looks so much healthier than the whole rest of the ear. This weighs nothing. It's super, super light. I don't think I'd be eating this anytime soon. What about the field corn?
This is very, very dense. So as a farmer, we're trying to get good test weight on our corn. So this shells pretty easy. So into the combine this ear goes, and the combine pretty much does this and shells it just like that with an easy twist of hand. What's really surprising is the sweet corn does just as good. So you just grab it and it shells just like that.
Right off. These are pre-shriveled and dry though. Very,
You
very
can hear
lightweight.
it just like sounds empty. And then this stuff, hold this please.
Look at this kernel of corn.
This stuff, it just,
Got a lot of weight to it.
I wish you guys could feel that, but
Trust us.
anyway. 2 kinds of corn. We did a good job farming this year. Next year we should grow like Indian corn, like the stuff that's
Oh, or some popcorn?
some popcorn.
That would be
We
cool.
could grow all different kinds of corn out here.
I think this might just have to be the test plot.
A back 40.
This sweet corn patch was a dream project that led to so many more things that I could have expected, and we learned so much along the way. We definitely plan on doing this again next year, but I want to execute it even better. So if you have any advice from sweet corn plots that you've grown before, or things you'd like us to see, or different crops that you'd like to see us experimenting out in that patch, we would love to hear from you. So thank you so much for following along on our sweet corn journey, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.